Once you turn 65, something changes inside your body, quietly, invisibly, but permanently. And most people never see it coming. They think it's just normal aging. They think it's wear and tear. They think it's destiny, but it isn't. It's a biological switch that flips inside your cells. And once it does, your body begins to follow a completely new set of rules. Some of those changes are gentle, some of them are dangerous, and almost no one warns you about any of them. Today, I'm going to reveal the 5 changes that happen after 65, whether you like it or not, and more importantly, how you can slow every single one of them. And before we go any further, if you would like a small personal gift from me that will beautifully complement what I'm about to teach you, write in the comments, "I want to improve my health." When I see your message, I will send it to you personally. Now, let me show you what truly begins to change after 65. After 65, your body does not begin to fail, it begins to change strategy. This is one of the greatest misunderstandings about aging. Most people believe that getting older means the body is simply breaking down, wearing out, losing power. But that's not what's actually happening. What truly happens after 65 is much deeper than decline. The body quietly shifts its priority, it stops chasing performance, and it starts choosing survival. When you're young, your body is designed for speed, strength, repair, reproduction, and growth. It burns energy freely, it recovers fast, it takes risks. But after 65, the body becomes wiser and more cautious. It begins to conserve, it begins to protect, it begins to slow certain systems on purpose, not because it's weak, but because it's trying to keep you alive for the long run. Your hormones soften, your digestion changes its rhythm, your cellular repair becomes more selective. Your nervous system becomes more sensitive. This is not malfunction, this is reprogramming. And here is the most important truth I want you to remember. Your body does not fail after 65, it changes strategy. Once you understand this, everything you experience suddenly makes sense. The fatigue, the stiffness, the lighter sleep, the slower recovery. These are not punishments. They are signals that your body is now operating under new biological rules. And if you learn how to work with this new strategy instead of fighting it, you can feel stronger, clearer, and more alive than you ever expected at this stage of life. Now, let me show you the first change that almost everyone notices first. The first change most people notice after 65 happens in the senses, your taste and your smell. Quietly, almost invisibly, your world begins to lose its flavor. Your taste buds no longer regenerate like they once did. With every passing year, fewer of them come back, and without you realizing it, food begins to taste flat, bland, uninteresting. Many people think, "I'm just getting picky," but the truth is, your sensory system is slowly dimming, and the sense of smell fades even faster than taste. Yet most people don't realize something very important. Smell is responsible for most of what you call flavor. So when smell weakens, appetite weakens, and when appetite weakens, nourishment weakens. This is why so many people after 65 begin to eat less without meaning to. Not because they are disciplined, but because nothing truly calls them to eat anymore. And this is dangerous, because appetite is not just pleasure. Appetite is protection. It signals your body to take in proteins, minerals, fats, and energy that keep your muscles strong, your immune system alert, and your mind clear. When that signal fades, malnutrition creeps in silently, and there is something else most people never think about. Your senses are your early warning system. When smell fades, you may no longer detect spoiled food, smoke in another room, or even a gas leak. And when taste fades, your body loses one of its oldest survival tools. So that's why I often say, when your senses fade, food stops protecting you. Not only does nourishment decline, danger becomes harder to detect. And the saddest part is this: many people blame themselves. They think it's laziness, they think it's depression, they think it's disinterest in life, but it isn't. It's biology shifting gears after 65, and you must respond differently to this stage. You must eat more intentionally, more consciously, with more respect for nourishment than ever before. Now let me take you to the second change, and this one happens much deeper than the senses. It happens in your skin. The second great change after 65 happens in your skin, and most people completely misunderstand it. They think wrinkles are the real issue. They think dryness is the problem. They think it's just cosmetic. But the true change is far more serious than appearance. After 65, your skin becomes fragile, not just thin, but forgetful. Your body produces far less collagen, the protein that once kept your skin strong, elastic and protective. And without enough collagen, the skin no longer behaves like a shield. It becomes delicate, easily bruised, slow to repair. A small scratch that once healed in days now lingers for weeks. Bruises appear without remembering how you got them. Wounds close slowly, and infections find open doors. And this is the key truth most people never hear. Your skin loses its memory. It forgets how to heal quickly. It forgets how to seal itself efficiently. It forgets how to defend you like it once did. Not because your body is broken, but because the genetic instructions that once guided fast repair begin to fade with age. And here is something very important. Your skin is not just a covering, it is part of your immune system. It is your first line of defense against bacteria, fungi, and toxins. When your skin becomes fragile, your immune protection weakens at the surface. That's why after 65, small wounds become serious faster. Infections take hold more easily, and recovery feels slower than it ever did before. And many people feel confused and frightened by this. They clean the wound carefully. They do everything right, yet it still takes so long to heal. And they think, what is wrong with me? Nothing is wrong with you. Your body is simply operating under a new biological rhythm. Your skin has entered a different phase of life, and now it requires better nourishment, deeper hydration, gentler care, and more patience than ever before. If you support it properly, it will still protect you beautifully. If you ignore this change, it will leave you vulnerable without warning. Now, let me take you to the third change, and this one happens deep inside your brain. The third great change after 65 happens deep inside your brain, and it can feel frightening if you don't understand it. After this age, your brain begins to reorganize itself, not because it's failing, but because some of its fastest communication pathways begin to weaken. When you were younger, signals moved like lightning. Thoughts were instant, memory was precise. Words came without effort. Now, the brain still works, but it takes detours. You may walk into a room and forget why you went there. You may lose a word in the middle of a sentence. You may pause before remembering a familiar name. And many people become afraid. They think, something is wrong with my mind. But listen to me carefully. It's not failure, it's detour. Your brain is rerouting information through slower but safer pathways. And something beautiful also happens during this shift. The brain gives less priority to cold precision and more priority to emotion, memory, meaning, and connection. That's why after 65, many people become more sensitive, more nostalgic, more reflective, and sometimes more emotional. You may forget what you ate yesterday, but clearly remember a song from your childhood. You may struggle with dates, but feel deeply connected to your family stories. Your brain is not breaking, it is changing what it protects. And when you continue to use your mind gently, when you read, talk, laugh, learn, and stay curious, those new neural paths grow stronger. Confusion becomes clarity again. Slowness becomes steadiness. Fear becomes understanding. Now, let me show you the fourth change, and this one happens in your muscles. After 65, your muscles begin to quietly wear down. This process is called sarcopenia, and it is one of the most dangerous silent changes of aging. Many people think they are just getting weaker, But what is truly happening is deeper than fatigue. The body slowly stops rebuilding muscle as efficiently as it once did. You may still walk, you may still move, you may still lift small things, but underneath, strength is fading little by little. And this loss is silent at first. You don't feel it on day one. You notice it when getting up from a chair becomes harder, stairs feel steeper, balance feels uncertain. And here is the truth no one likes to say out loud. Weak muscles don't just steal strength, they steal years of life. Because when muscles weaken, balance weakens, falls become more likely, fractures become more dangerous, independence begins to slip away. And with loss of movement, the spirit is affected too. Many people withdraw, they move less, they fear falling, they sit more, and the body weakens even faster. It becomes a quiet downward spiral. But this spiral can be interrupted. Your muscles are not dead tissue. They are living organs. They respond to movement, protein, minerals, and gentle resistance. Even slow walking, even standing from a chair with intention, even light stretching sends a message into your body. Do not shut this system down. And the body listens. Strength can return, stability can improve, confidence can rise again, not by force, not by punishment, but by steady, respectful movement and nourishment. Now, let me take you to the fifth and final change. And this one touches your sleep, your heart, and your very sense of time. The fifth great change after 65 happens in your sleep, and for many people, it is the most confusing of all. You go to bed earlier than you used to, and yet you wake up in the middle of the night. Sometimes at 3 in the morning, sometimes at 4, wide awake, mind alert, body tired. During the day, sleepiness returns. You feel the need to nap. Energy feels scattered, focus comes and goes, and many people begin to think something is wrong with their mind. But once again, this is not failure. This is your internal clock losing its old rhythm. Your circadian rhythm, the invisible system that once told your body exactly when to sleep and when to wake, begins to weaken after 65. It no longer responds to light as sharply. It no longer releases melatonin as smoothly. It no longer synchronizes your organs with time the way it once did. So your body becomes confused about night and day. This is why sleep becomes lighter, more broken, more fragile, and here is the deep truth most people never hear. Sleep stops being automatic. It becomes survival. During deep sleep, your brain cleans itself. Your nervous system resets. Your immune system strengthens. Your memory stabilizes. When sleep fragments, those healing processes suffer. That is why disrupted sleep is not just about fatigue. It is connected to brain fog, mood changes, weakened immunity, and greater neurological risk over time. Many people fear these awakenings. They lie awake wondering, why can't I sleep like I used to? And the answer is not anxiety, it is biology shifting its rhythm. But here is the beautiful part. Even a disrupted clock can be gently guided back. Morning sunlight, consistent meal times, gentle movement during the day, soft lighting at night, a calm nervous system. These simple signals whisper to your body again, it is safe to rest now. And when the body feels safe, sleep begins to return, not like youth, but like wisdom. Now, let me bring all 5 of these changes together, because once you understand what happens after 65, you stop fearing your body and you finally learn how to work with it. Now, after hearing all of this, I want you to take a deep breath with me, because here comes the most important truth of all. None of this is 100% irreversible. Yes, the body changes after 65. Yes, the strategy shifts. Yes, some systems slow down, but your body is not finished. It is not a machine that breaks and gets thrown away. It is a living, breathing system that still responds just more sensitively than before. After 65, your body becomes like a finely tuned instrument. Small signals matter more. What still moves your body toward healing? Light, real morning light in your eyes, not screens, not lamps, the sun. Movement Not punishment, not exhaustion. Gentle, daily movement that tells your muscles, I still need you. Hydration, not rushed, not forced, but steady, mineral-rich water that actually reaches your cells. Protein, not excess, not fear, but enough to whisper to the muscles, stay with me, we're not done. And rhythm. Your body, after 65, loves rhythm even more than youth ever did. Regular wake time, regular meals, regular sleep cues. When you give your body rhythm, it feels safe. And when the body feels safe, it begins to heal again. This is the central message I want you to carry with you today. At 65, your body still listens. It's just more sensitive. It hears stress more clearly. It hears nourishment more deeply. It hears neglect faster. And it hears kindness like medicine. Many people believe they are too old to change. But what I've seen over and over again is this. The older the body becomes, the faster it responds to the right signals. The whispers become louder, the feedback becomes clearer, the healing becomes more honest. Your body is not giving up. It is simply asking you to speak to it in a gentler way. Now, let me close this message from the heart. Now let me gently talk about the most common mistake I see after 65, and it's made with the best intentions, but it silently holds people back. So many seniors are told, take this supplement, add this pill, try this capsule, boost this vitamin, and suddenly their kitchen turns into a pharmacy, but nothing truly changes. The fatigue stays, the stiffness stays, the sleep is still light, the mind is still foggy, and they begin to feel discouraged. Here is the truth I want to say with love. You don't need more pills. You need better signals to your cells. Supplements do not replace sunlight, movement, hydration, real protein, and daily rhythm. Your cells don't respond first to chemicals in a bottle. They respond first to how you wake up, how you move, how you drink, how you eat, and how you rest. When those basic signals are confused, no supplement can override the noise. This is why some people take dozens of pills and still feel empty. Their body isn't lacking products, it's lacking clear biological instructions. And once you restore those instructions, often the need for many supplements quietly fades. The body becomes more efficient, absorption improves, repair becomes steadier, energy feels real again. I always say this gently, supplements should support life, not replace it. Now, let me bring everything we've shared today into one final message for your heart. Now I want to set your expectations gently, because real healing after 65 does not arrive with fireworks. It arrives quietly. At this age, recovery has its own rhythm. It doesn't rush, it doesn't shout, it doesn't show off, but it is deeply powerful. In the first few days, the first thing most people notice is a small return of energy, not a surge, not excitement, just a soft feeling of, I don't feel as heavy today. The mornings become a little easier, the body feels slightly more willing. Then, after a few weeks, something even more precious begins to shift. Sleep starts to change. It becomes deeper, less broken, less restless. You may still wake at night sometimes, but you fall back asleep more easily. The body begins to trust rest again, and when sleep improves, everything else follows quietly behind it. After a few months, another miracle unfolds. Strength, not the strength of youth, but the strength of stability. Getting up from a chair feels easier. Walking feels steadier. Balance feels less frightening. You begin to move with confidence again. And over the years, something even greater returns: independence, the ability to care for yourself, to walk without fear, to live without constant assistance, to make your own tea, to step outside on your own terms. This is the true gift of healing at this stage of life, not perfection, freedom, and this is the message I want you to carry gently in your heart. Healing at this age is quiet, but it is powerful. It doesn't announce itself. It simply shows up one day and says, I'm still here and I'm still working for you. Now, let me leave you with my final words from the deepest place of care. As we come to the end of this message, I want to leave you with something that matters deeply to me. Turning 65 is not the end. It is not the moment your body gives up. It is the moment your body stops asking for speed and starts asking for wisdom. When you were younger, your body responded to pushing harder. Now it responds to listening better. It responds to gentleness, to consistency, to light, to movement, to nourishment, to rhythm, and that is not weakness, that is intelligence. So let me ask you something from the heart. Which of these signs did you recognize in yourself today? Was it your sleep, your balance, your strength, your skin, your memory? You are not alone in this journey. And if this message helped you understand your body with less fear and more compassion, please support this work. Give this video a like so it can reach someone else who needs reassurance today. Subscribe to this channel so we can continue this journey together, and share in the comments what you are experiencing. I truly read your stories and they matter to me, and I want to leave you with this final truth. Your body has not given up on you, so please don't give up on it either. Speak to it with kindness, move it with gratitude, feed it with wisdom, rest it with trust, and it will continue to carry you far more beautifully than you expect. Thank you for spending this time with me today.